Hello there, Verax here. Hello everyone who's interested in Iosia. Hi, love you all. Um, Alright, this video I've been meaning to make for a while and I haven't for whatever reason, so I'm putting it out now. It's inspired by an event on Twitter, and I can't actually remember the user who it relates to, but someone out there was sort of complaining that they lacked some motivation, and this video revolves around motivation, and not necessarily inspiration but motivation, and getting sort of helping yourself to be motivated to write. And I don't want it to sound too preachy at all, but it's just my opinion, and I think that what I'm going to say is pretty valid, and I think it's something that a lot of people overlook. Now, a little known fact about myself is that I am a bit of a health freak. I like to exercise. I go to the gym a couple of times a week. I have a set of weights in my bedroom which I use and I know how to use. And I watch what I eat and such, and this derived from me not really wanting to get fat. And the thought absolutely terrified me. When I felt a layer of it over my ribs, I was like, Jesus Christ. So I started going to the gym. And it helps with stuff like this to not necessarily to be fit, but to be somewhat active. I'm going to create a broad generalization now. I'm going to create a bit of a stereotype and assume that most people who spend a lot of time on YouTube, spend a lot of time gaming, writing, geeking, I like to call it, and that's not a derogatory term at all, but yeah, geeks in general are not the most active people in general. Now, I call myself a geek, and I like to think of myself as quite active. And what the gist of this conversation is to try and be more active, because if you sit down all day in front of your PC, it'll demotivate your body, I reckon, because you're just sat there, and it's like if you're stuck in an office staring at a spreadsheet all day, and then you come home, the last thing that you want to do is come home to another computer screen. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you want to be motivated to write, then it's a good idea to do something else for a while before you do. You know, it's a good idea to have balance in all things, to quote a Planescape Torment character, and to just mix it up a bit. So if you don't want to write, don't try and force yourself too much. Sometimes I've sat there and I've been hammering the keys out with two fingers, desperately trying to motivate myself, and I just can't. I mean, just stop is what I'm saying. Just go for a walk. Just leave the computer alone. And you don't have to go to the gym. I'm not saying you should do 40 press-ups. I'm not saying you should do anything like that, but it's a good idea to just step back and not think about it. Just go for a walk and or a bike ride or anything like that, or play a game of football or soccer or badminton or whatever. And I reckon that that'll release endorphins, and it will do a lot good for you, and you'll come back to your computer and you'll feel more energized and you'll want to write more. Same goes with food as well, in a way. Like if you eat a big hearty pizza, and God knows we all like pizza. The thing is with pizza is it's not very healthy. It's full of fat, and fat is not the best thing for your body. And instead of having that, try and eat something. I mean, this is general health advice, I guess, but it works. It works for what we're talking about. Eat something with more energy in it, you know, and not just sugar, but I'm talking about carbs now. I'm getting into nutrition. But if you eat a good, healthy meal, then you'll feel more energized. And same if you do a little bit of exercise or go for a walk, get some fresh air, get some light in your eyes. You know, light is very important as well. It wakes you up. It reminds your brain that it is daytime and it should be active. If you stay in your room or your house and you have the curtains drawn, it's very dim and very dark, then your brain's going to be falling asleep. So open the curtains wide, let the sun in, and wake yourself up. and keep yourself hydrated as well. Water is very, very important. Water is very, very important. Most of you out there will be dehydrated right now, so go and get at least half a litre of water in you right now. I'm telling you. I don't want to be too preachy. I don't want to be too preachy, and I'm sorry. It's the health freak in me coming out. But the thing I've noticed since I have been exercising and trying to eat healthier is that I am more motivated with my writing, and I might not be any better at it, but I certainly feel that when I come back from work, which is not an office job, it's a manual job, which actually helps, I think, in this sort of thing, because you come home and it's a different environment, so you're not going from a computer. I'm going from a warehouse factory sort of environment, forklifts and machinery and stuff, to a much quieter PC sort of environment. So it's a contrast, and I think that helps me work. But just what I'm saying is what I've just said. I don't have to repeat it all. You've heard it. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on it, and if you think I'm talking bollocks, please tell me. But I don't think I am. I think that since I've started doing stuff, and I think I'm quite fit and healthy right now, that I do feel better about writing stuff, and I do feel better able to sit down and write a page or whatever. Of course, the biggest motivation you could possibly get is, the biggest step in it is to just load up the program and start typing. That is the hardest bit, I admit. You just sit there with that sheet of paper, that fictional, that load of pixels. There's just the sheet of paper that's completely blank, and you've got to fill it with your creation. It's just like, that's the worst point. Start typing, it gets better after that. But to have better energy and greater fitness and good diet and hydration I think it helps a lot with that. And that's all I wanted to say, really. It's been a while since I've put a video out like this on the channel, and I wanted to do this a while ago, but I haven't, so I'm doing it now for no particular reason. There's no good time and bad time for this, so but yeah, I hope that gave you some ideas, a little different insight, and you think, oh yeah, maybe I should do that, then I hope it helps some people. If it doesn't, well, no harm done. Just don't troll me too hard, okay? Alright guys, well, thank you. That's all I wanted to say, really. And yes, please let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you very much for watching and for your attention with Iosia. It's going really well, and I'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.